Good morning, everybody. Orange J here with another sort of Convallaria video, and today I'm going to do something that I got recommended to me on my Discord. I'm going to do a free-to-play account review. I am in my third week of playing Sword of Convallaria as a completely free-to-play player, and I've been doing my absolute best to be as efficient as I possibly can be. Having played through this game completely before, I know what I'm walking into, and I'm trying to do it the quote-unquote right way as a free-to-play player. So here, let's start with my units. Here's what my unit roster looks like. I am being carried by SP Sophia, Kavare, and Pamina. I got some pushback on how high I rated Pamina on my tier list. I'm just telling you all, and people are like, I had her higher ranked than Gloria, right? And in both of my accounts that I played on this game, both times I had a spear waifu as like my #1 character. Pamina's carrying me harder than Gloria is. Maybe at the end game, like Gloria's utility kind of comes back to be like as useful as I remember it being. Pamina's a great character. If people end up talking me off of her being tier 0 on my tier list, she's fallen all the way down to tier 0.5. So I've loved playing with her. SP Sophia's the best support I've ever had in this game. She's absolutely bonkers, and I would not be able to push the amount of content I'm pushing with her. In fact, in one of my videos recently, I was kind of talking about pushing things in crossing worlds, and I'm not sure which weapon trial's open today. I haven't done it yet. I just got home from practice, but on weapon trial 2, and you can see I've already cleared 7 with 3 stars. So like I can sweep 7, and I've been able to sweep 7 since I was like account level 40, and people were asking, man, how can you clear it? Well, SP Sophia is one of the reasons. She's that good, and I beat all of this game once before, which helps a lot. So the 3 characters that I'm currently farming shards for every day look like, well, I can't show it off because I can't load back in there. Duh. It's kind of a thing. Anyway, it's SP Sophia, Kavare, and Pamina. Those are the 3 characters I'm farming. I have not been disappointed at all in Kavare. He's earned that tier 0 ranking. You can see that like my gear setup is still pretty bad. Like he's literally using a skeleton staff, which, yep, it's not the greatest. It's sure not. But I've done one thing I've really focused on is not leveling up a ton of different gear. Like you could see, I don't have an epic level. I haven't leveled an epic level thing, or whatever the silver level is. I actually could absorb one skeleton staff into another. I've been getting a little unlucky, and the legendaries that I've gotten so far have not been the best. But I have been very selective with which to. I haven't leveled up a lot of stuff. I've been trying to say I've been selective from which I'm leveling. Anyway, I'm gonna quit trying. The spring pill, I've gotten pretty lucky here. I have 3 copies of this. I'm just probably going to use this one and absorb those 2. Just haven't needed to yet. Obviously for epic level stuff, disaster bottle, you just do disaster bottle. You want as many disaster bottles as you can have, all the way maxed out for all those debuffs. I've been lucky and got 3 already, so I'll take that. I know now that Pamina's counterattack does not count as a strike back, but this is still just one of the best pieces of armor I have, so I give it to her. Healing Incense, I love this piece of gear because knocking off healing received feels like it happens all the time. So if you're using a character that relies on some self-healing, somebody like Rawia, I think it's a really good piece of gear for them. Now, I have been using Rawia. Of the characters you get for free, Rawia, Fekal, and Mytha, I still think she's my favorite one of the 3. Mytha, when the game came out, Mytha was super usable. Super usable. Nowadays, with characters like Sophia, who wants to put on, her like her shadowless blade and be dodging attacks, Mytha ruins that. With characters like Pamina, who wants to be taking hits and then counterattacking and healing herself, guess what? Mytha jumps in there and ruins that. So maybe it's just my account where Mytha feels really underwhelming, but she dies a little bit too easy for me. She's kind of ruining some of the combos that my team is setting up, like the counterattacks and things like that. So I really haven't used her that much. I'm still leveling her because sometimes it's like level a protector character to level 40 in rank 8. So I'm using her to push my account in that way, but I'm probably going to switch to somebody like a suppression unless I accidentally catch a better tank on like a accidental SR, legendary pull or something like that. Fekal, he's just bad. Like honestly, you guys, Fekal gets out damaged by Darken on my account. It's just the truth. Like, Darkin's kit is really cool. I've loved using this guy. I've also loved using Rayshot. I thought Rayshot's been pretty good. Now, when I got Rawia, I kind of dropped him for her, but they're comparable in several ways. Rawia just can knock people all over the map and heal herself all the time. So I still like her. A character that I would like to play with at some point, and one of the big differences between free-to-play and a spender is a unit like, where is this chick hiding? Bitterwort here. I would love to mess with Bitterwort's kit, but I know that eventually things like leveling material, which I currently have like 1.1 million of, start becoming scarce. Rank up materials, I would have to farm more if I used them for her. If I wanted to get her a set of gear, it might cost me some other things. I imagine at some point I will experiment with Bitterwort because I believe she has some energy regenerating capabilities in her kit that I'd like to take advantage of. But on my paid account, man, I leveled a lot of folks. And one of the things I really liked about this game was playing with so many of them. Now, I mean, this is it. This is like what I've used to play. It's a much more boring way of playing the game, and it definitely tempts you into spending money. If you want me to prove that I haven't spent any money, I haven't even bought the cornucopia thing. And this is one of the first things I would buy if I spent money, because I could use all of this stuff. The amount of legendaries that you just kind of catch by spending a slight bit of money, man, oh man, I do miss that. I do miss it. And you get a bit of an advantage. There we go, by spending money in the game. Okay, in terms of how far I've been able to push in 3 weeks, I honestly haven't done Fool's Journey in about a week. I've just been focused on farming up other things. I need to do all the hard quests in 4, and I think at this point I could push through the rest of chapter 4 at like a pretty easy pace. And maybe tomorrow, this is what I spend my energy on. I've been mostly farming either stars or the thing I recommended to farm in my like mid-tier guide, which was radiant forging material. You hit a point in the game at about this mid-game where if you do want to push weapon trials, you just have to level your characters a little bit. You need to find some power for them, and leveling gear and Terra Whispers is a way to do that. If we want to look at what kind of Terra Whispers I'm running with right now, like let's click on Pamina here. This is my Terra Whisper lineup that's leveled. I'm keeping them leveled as much as the Voyage Memento requires me to, and I'm trying to find ones that are like legendary ones that I like with the 4 legendary substats. I don't really have a perfect one yet. Like, this Judgment one is situationally kind of good, but flat physical attack 10%, I mean, I'll take that all the time. Magic attack 48's a miss, but this one does have the special last one where it changes it into turn and to dispel 2 attribute buffs for 1 random enemy within 2 tiles and inflict judgment for 2 turns. So this is a nice one. It's one of the better ones that I have. I love Magician just for the damage increase, but even my like best Magician one right now still has an epic node there. This one has a freaking silver node on it. Just got this one the other day, but again, there's that epic node. It's rough going out there when you're not getting a ton of them. So I haven't got super lucky on my Terra Whispers or gear, but I've really just tried to be selective with what I'm doing. I have also, speaking of like what I've done on the account, I have made it through an entire playthrough of Spiral of Destinies. If we look at my, if we look at my map, you can see the ending that I got. Hey, small spoiler alert, if you've never played through this one, I did something different that I've never done before. I played the Lufty playthrough and with Gloria. And when I got to the very last fight, I decided to, again, spoilers, I decided to go back Gloria up. Turns out we both die in that situation, and so does Lufty. So it gets, yeah, I mean, that's the playthrough that I've done. I think the next one I'm doing, there's a current event that just unlocked. It's like Barrel's special one. I've never done that one before. So that's going to be my next playthrough, to just keep getting those rewards and trying to stack up as much Hope Luxite as I can. I'm at 15K or 14.98K. I'm going to probably pass on Luvada and save up for somebody like Lufty or one of those tier 0 characters that I might need for my account. I'll need to do a little bit more research on what's coming out. And guys, that's what I'm rolling with. Like, that's the account. That's what I'm doing. I think that's all of the important stuff that I could show off. My current pity situation, I got Kavare very easily. So where am I at? I'm at 175 from guaranteeing the next rank up character. 175 pulls going to take more than 15k Luxite. So can't even guarantee myself the next character. I've obviously never pulled for an Astral Imprint because I just think it's more fun to play the game with more characters than it is to play the game more efficiently with a few characters. That's an opinion piece on my part. So maybe you disagree and you go for the Astral Imprints as a free-to-play player or light spender. Awesome. In terms of like what I believe you ought to do, hey, this is a great game. And if you've never spent money on this game, I actually think you ought to spend a little bit of money to support this development team, because they've made a real banger of a game that even as a free-to-play player, while I'm not having as much fun with it as I did as a spender, it is still a great experience. And there are challenges you feel like you overcome free-to-play that you don't feel like you overcome as a spender. It's definitely a point of pride. But I'm happy that I spent on this game in the past, because I would be very tempted to spend just to support the team if this wasn't something I'd already spent on before. All right, guys, that's all I got for this one. If you like this kind of video, I could do kind of one of these every week or two just to show you where I am. This is the main game I'm playing as I wait for other games to come out in the future, like Etheria Restart. That is a big one on this channel. And then, you know, there's that Gundam game. Maybe I'll check that out too. I don't know. Anyway, I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace.